Chapter 6, Part 2, we're going to take a look at intersections and roundabouts. We're going to go back into that Bighorn DGNDB that we've been working with. And we're going to take a look first at this intersection tool. So we've got a roadway. Now this is an existing roadway. So existing roadways will not create an intersection because you can't modify an existing roadway. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new roadway that runs down through there and kind of matches the old roadway. But we're going to show you how to make these two intersect. So up here at the top, the template, it's using the 2 lanes with shoulders, 30 miles an hour, best fit profile, and we're good with that. So we're going to come in here and we're just going to create a few PIs and try to recreate that roadway coming into Bighorn Drive. And we can go beyond it. It really doesn't matter. But we do need to cross it so that we can see it in the profile view. We can see both profiles. So I'm going to go ahead and left click on that new road that I just drew in there. We're going to modify the radiuses a little bit, try to get it to match what's out there. And kind of drag this back a little bit. Don't want to cross over the center line, but I want to keep it to where I can see the blue portion down in my profile. Okay. So I've got that in there, and now I'm going to left click on it again. Now I'm going to take a look at the profile down here at the bottom. As you can see, it kind of just goes off into nowhere. I'm going to go select that and drag that and bring that up to somewhere near the elevation of Bighorn Drive there. The rest of this doesn't necessarily matter over here, but I'm going to go ahead and adjust it anyway. I'm going to add a PI in here, or PVI, and kind of make it match what's out there. And adjust this one a little. Bring it down. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to come in here and show the intersection tool that's underneath the road placement tools. Left hand side, the third one down, intersection. And down here at the bottom it says select the primary road. So primary is going to be Bighorn. So I'm going to go ahead and left click on it. The secondary road is going to be that new one that I just drew in there. Once you do that, it gives you an outline or a shape of what it's going to draw in. If you don't get that shape, then it didn't do it correctly. I just want you to right click to accept it. So we right click and it creates all the striping that it thinks it needs to create that intersection. Okay, if I come in here with the selection tool, I can select now that intersection area and I can modify different parts of it. So if I didn't like the way it created it, I can use different radiuses. I can drag the connections a little bit. I can adjust the striping, which is what I'm doing there, adjusting that striping up and down through that intersection. Okay, as you can see on these, there is a start and stop line. I don't want to see those, so I can turn those off. All I have to do is select the striping there and then change that stop line to false, and it'll get rid of those. So you can still modify the striping pretty well. There are some other tools that allow us to do that in another chapter. Now left click on that intersection. You can give it a different name if you want here. Intersection at Bighorn North Outer Road. It's a proposed, but it could be a existing or a construction. It can be asphalt, concrete, or gravel. I'm going to change this one to concrete just to show the difference. And the island material, if there's an island, how is it created? Leave it at concrete. Since we changed it to concrete, it does change the display of it. We can rotate this around a little, and you can see how it handles that intersection. It goes in and tries to fit it in as good as it can. Okay. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the roundabout tool. It's similar to the intersection tool. Earlier, in the chapter 6 we went and adjusted the profile of Bighorn at those locations, and so we have a pretty good match. But we're going to delete out these existing roadways that come in because we want to also do like we did with the intersection. We want to create new roadway that runs through there. And we're going to change our road template to be just a 2-lane, one of the standard ones that we have in here, 2-lane with gutter. And we're going to go in and draw that all the way across where our roundabout needs to go. So we're going to put that in there, and then I'm just going to go in here and adjust that profile. You can see Bighorn in the middle there, so we're going to adjust this profile to try to match existing what's out there and try to match it up with where Bighorn crosses. Okay, so I'm just going to modify this a little. And that's good enough for what I need to do here, just to show the roundabout tool. Over on the road placement tools, go down to the 4th tool, roundabout. This tool allows you to change the size of the inscribed radius and the circulating width. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and type in 30. And we can do a tilted plane, and maybe it has an apron on it. So I'll do that here. It asks you to select the primary road, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Bighorn Road there. Now you don't have to pick another road for your second one, but if you do have another road, you can left click on it, and it'll go ahead and draw the outline of it, and then you right click to accept that, and it will go out and draw it. Now it has radically changed the profile, which we'll see here in just a minute, but you can go in and pick on this roundabout, and you can make any changes that you want to this. So from 75, maybe you want to make it 50, maybe make that roadway go back a little further, or this one over here, maybe it needs to go back further. You can change any of these things. Radius is coming in, going out, about this roundabout that it created. So you're not stuck here. You still have the ability to modify. And again, it's got the information out here that you can modify or add to. So roundabout Bighorn South, you can give it that name. Everything else is kind of the same in here. You can give it concrete, asphalt. We'll make it concrete again to show the contrast, show the difference. And you can have a grass island if you want. Does it have a tilted plane? Does it have a curb, apron? You can make the apron width whatever you want it to be here, something more standard like what we've got. Standard width of 8, or slope, maybe it's 2%. And it'll go out there and create a roundabout with a little bit of striping also. Okay, if I take a look at the profile of this now, it's adjusted it quite a bit. It's made some changes to there. The yellow portion there is where the roundabout center circle is, and then the rest is the roundabout. You can make adjustments to that roundabout. As you can see down here on Bighorn, it's got that tilted roundabout in there, and it's got all the different things that it changed about the profile in order to try to make that fit in. You can still modify that a little bit and make those changes. You're not stuck with what it wanted to give you. Some things are stuck there, as you can see. I wasn't able to move that PI right off the bat. But you can change most things about it. I can even delete that PVI out and stretch things out. So you're not locked in. You can go modify this however you need to after the fact. And that's creating roundabouts.